So whether there's enough oil there or not really doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's really just, what are they trying to accomplish and how are they going to be able to get there? Young Slim, again, he says, can XRP hit high prices just from other countries using it at scale, even if the US doesn't? Because it really looks like other countries are flipping the switch. Brad Garlinghouse did come out and say that there are 1,000 plus switches and they're getting ticked off the board here. We've got Nigeria that's issued full clarity on how digital assets are going to operate in their commodity, or in their country. Russia, Japan. To your point, other countries are looking like they're going to adopt this pretty quickly. I do think Japan is going to front run the US in the adoption of XRP. They now have access to be able to invest in ETFs over there in Japan. You've got Evernorth also listing in Japan on their stock exchange. It's really interesting to me. The legislation they just passed around taxation for crypto, and then also, like I said, the ability for them to be able to roll out financial products in that jurisdiction for spot trading of crypto in their financial markets is a big deal in order to be able to drive liquidity into it. So I would say that I think Japan in particular will front run the US, and the US will follow on behind them, and then the rest of the world. Rick, Mr. Johnson, good to see you, dude. He said, I am not David Schwartz. He sold his ETH for $1 a piece in Spaceballs. May the Schwartz be with you. Condolences to LT lady. Jesus, I'm not, Te Ama. Rick, appreciate all the super chats, man. It's good to see you. Mo Benny, he says, hi from the UK. It is late there in the UK. I can't believe some of you guys stay up so late to watch this. I really do appreciate it. They say, if trillions eventually flows through XRP, that process starts, what's the first transaction or liquidity that begins that transition? I think they have to drive it to a high enough price through supply and demand dynamics on exchanges for there to be enough liquidity in the asset for them to start using it in order to be able to start facilitating trade and settlement. And then once we see that kick on to the network, that's what compounds and continues to push the flywheel and the price higher. I've used this analogy before in the mastermind. I don't know if I've said it here, but like there's these old tractors that use a shotgun shell to start them. There needs to be some combustion. There has to be something to get it going, and then the flywheel kicks in after that. That's kind of how I view XRP. So, I think there needs to be a supply shock, similar to what we saw in 2017, 2018, when they escrowed, half of the